First, I want you to know whenever you're seeing this, it is divinely aligned and right on time for you. But as I am recording this, it's currently 11:11. I didn't even realize till I just looked at the time. It's 11:11, and it is the Libra full moon lunar eclipse. And it's been a while since I've YouTubed, podcasted about anything specifically cosmic. The cosmos are always channeling through me, but I've just taken a little break from publicly channeling on new moons and full moons and things for no real reason. It just didn't feel aligned. But today it does. Today it was like I couldn't not come on here and tap into this energy because it is strong, it is powerful, and there's a lot wanting to come through. So I feel like it's my job to channel through. Now, how this works with me and my channeling and cosmic updates is that I'm bringing through the frequency and the energy that is at play now. But whenever you're seeing this video, your higher self brought you here so that you can hear and be activated by whatever you need to. So it's always right on time. But if you are seeing this in the peak of this energy when it is happening, then it just means that it is that much more important that right now you are really tuned into yourself. Now, I will always say this, but currently, this Libra full moon eclipse energy has really been bringing to the surface where we are in and out of a balance, out of alignment, out of harmony within our relationships. That's the Libra energy. But this full moon happening within eclipse season, it is just amplifying it that much more. So you've most likely been seeing a lot of the relationships in your life either getting a lot of clarity around maybe what is or isn't working. Maybe there's been a lot more communication and connection and ascension in relationships in your life. And then most likely in a lot of your relationships, there's been some discord, disharmony, some falling apart of the way that things are. Now, the key to all of this, the key to using this knowledge is to take what resonates for you. So anything that I say and anything that channels through in this episode, just know that what is true for you is what resonates, what makes sense. And some things may challenge you, they may trigger you because that's what I'm here to do. That's what everyone's here to do. We are all here. No one can actually trigger you, but we can activate your triggers. And I do it from a place of light and love, but sometimes because the divine wants you to see where you're not free, where you're not choosing yourself, it may bring clarity to you as to what's been going on in your life. So I will go into a full-on channeling in this episode, and if you know me or you're new to me, either way, just know that I don't know what's going to come through, but it is always for you. Every single person will hear something different, and even if you re-listen, you'll hear something different. So try and just listen to this episode with as much just curiosity and innocence as to what resonates, because that's how we ascend. That's how we move forward. When, YouTube, podcasts, Instagram, all of these places and spaces where we're consuming information, if you're someone who watches, tarot card readings, astrology updates, energy updates, channelings, all of these things, these are opportunities for you to expand and ascend, for you to move beyond your current reality into a higher frequency. And we do that through following what is exciting and calling us and igniting us and activating something in us. And it's not always ideal in the moment. Sometimes the cosmos are going to be activating things in you to show you where you aren't showing up for yourself, where you aren't in harmony with your truth, with the divinity that you are here to be. Again, we are all here to be a balance of human and divinity. And you know that, I can tell you that just because of the fact that you're here. You are here hearing this. You clicked on this video for a reason. There's something trying to come through to wake you up even more than before to your divinity. And the reason right now that I wanted to make that really clear is because the energy at play, and that has been at play leading up to today, has been doing what it needs to show you where you aren't free, where you aren't allowing yourself to be seen and felt authentically. And if we are wanting true, genuine connection in our relationships in this life, which we are here to have relationships with, everything is a relationship. Your relationship to food, to your coworkers, to your employees, to your children, to your partners, to whatever, whoever, however, it is all relationship. But the key is that the health in any relationship that you have in your life all roots back to you. So you are hearing this today because it's time for you to up-level your connection and your devotion to yourself, because that is how every other relationship in your life is going to be what you truly crave and want it to be. And anywhere that you are allowing yourself to not be seen, anywhere in your life where you're settling, where you don't feel like things are in harmony, where you don't feel like you get to truly show up and be who you are, it is on you to do what you need to do to be the identity that you want to be in that relationship. And for a lot of us, we don't even know where to begin with that. So I'm here today to hopefully activate and awaken something in you that gives you some clarity, some confirmation of what the next step is in your ascension journey. And every single one of us is here on a journey of ascension and expansion. We are here to evolve and rise and elevate through this lifetime. We are here to become higher and higher versions of ourselves. We need to love ourselves now, choose ourselves now, and then expand from here. There is no such thing as a future self or a past self. There is only this self, and then our ideas and memories around these other versions of us. You can create your identity however you want to at any time. Anything before this is only in this moment due to your perception of what it was, how you were, how the relationship has been. And going forward, everything is just an idea, a fantasy. And so you might as well create this fantasy reality that you would love to live. You might as well become the true divine being that you're here to be, being as present as possible in your life, as in love with yourself as you can be, so that you can make the choices that feel divinely aligned for you. And that is then going to reveal for you what works and what doesn't, who is aligned with you and who isn't. Because the more in tune you get with yourself, and the more you love yourself, the more you take care of yourself, the more you expand yourself and you be the authentic version of you, which is what we're all here to do. That is your purpose. Your purpose here in this human being that you are in right now is to be authentically you, to be the divinely designed being that you coded into you to be. And so that's why this is so important today, is because when we can tap into these really high, potent, cosmic transits, it can give us a little bit more of a portal, a window to really understand ourselves. And of course, it would happen that I would feel this calling when it's a Libra full moon. I personally am Libra Sun, Mercury, Venus. So very aligned that I would be coming through and talking about this today. Not planned at all. But I know of Libra energy very well in my human self and in my divine self. And I also know that right now, with it aligning with this lunar eclipse and so many other placements that are going on that we're not going to list out because there's enough YouTube videos that have done that. But right now, what you need to know is what I've just said. It's just coming through so loud that there is literally nothing more important right now for you than your relationship with you. Because that is how you are going to know what to do in all the other relationships in your life. If there is very clearly in your life discord, disharmony within relationships, again, not just to others, within anything in your life, within what you're consuming on social media, to what you're consuming with food, to how you're moving your body, again, everything is a relationship. And the more that we can be here, can be present in the now, it gets easier and easier to really know what is for us as we're evolving. Because what happens when we don't do the work to love and know ourselves and to be here in the now is that we continually play on our unconscious programming, which is going to play on what it knows you can survive. That's its job. 95% of the time, your unconscious mind is doing the living for you, is leading the way. And we can reprogram that unconscious mind, but until you choose to do that consciously, for most of us, we run then on the programming that we coded into us when we were children. And so if you want to evolve and expand beyond that, you need to cultivate the ability to be present, to be aware, to be conscious as often as possible of the life you're living, of the choices you're choosing, of the behaviors that you're doing. Behavior is the highest form of communication. So if 95% of the time your behaviors are running off of that unconscious programming that's just trying to keep you safe, doing what it's always done, thinking these egoic beliefs about ourselves of not worthy, not enough, don't want to be judged, don't want to be abandoned, these records that we continually play until we stop, until we consciously here and now choose to do and be what we want to be and do, you're just going to keep following that same patterning, right? So I want you right now to just take a pause, just pause and ask yourself, like, what in your life, and you don't need to dig deep, like what is at the surface. The cosmos have been making it very clear what in your life is not working, is not in harmony, doesn't feel aligned for you, feels out of balance, hard, there's struggling, there's suffering, there's anything that is a lower vibrational frequency. So where in your life right now, what relationships in your life do you know, without even really having to think about it, are not currently in alignment? So that was easy. It's not that hard. We all know what's not working in our lives. Now, I want you to see what is. What in your life right now is easy? What relationships in your life are easy? What ones aren't requiring work? What just feels aligned and in balance? What people in your life feel like you can be authentic around? Like, where in your life do you have relationships that you don't even have to think about, or that you do think about because they expand you so much? They ignite you, they excite you. Like, what relationships in your life are working? And again, your relationships within your work, within your home life, within your social life, and also your relationship to things you're doing in your life. What in your life right now do you love doing? Do you enjoy? Do you not even have to think about? Do you not have to force yourself to do? You can pause me if you need more time to think about these. The reason that I'm bringing these through is because the more honest we are with ourselves, the easier it gets to be to create and live lives that we love. And really, what's the point if we aren't? You are the only one that can choose your limitations. You're the only one that can keep you stuck. And I get it. I get that our humanness, that our egos, that our self-consciousness wants to tell us we need this relationship. We have, attachments to things and people. But once you truly understand that if anything is work for you, is hard for you, is not enjoyable for you, it doesn't mean that it didn't serve you at a certain time, but it's just not meant to be in the way that it is now. Not every relationship has to be let go of. Not everything has to be changed completely. But there are ways that if you aren't able to show up easily and effortlessly as you, if there's things in your life that you don't like being present to do, that you numb and avoid and run from, then you are the only one that can choose to be honest with yourself and look at that and see that you don't need to keep choosing your own misery, or just you don't need to keep making it so hard for yourself. When we start to get really honest and intimate with ourselves in what we love, in what we desire, in what we enjoy, and we focus on those things. So it's not about fixing the problems. It's not about having to now dig deep into all of the things that have been illuminated for you in this call, or maybe already were, of what's not working. Because here's the next thing is that you don't need to solve any problems. You are perfect as you are right now, and you know what you need to do, and it's up to you to just focus on what you love, on what inspires you, on what ignites you, on what's easy, on what's effortless, to spend time with the people that you feel like you can be authentic with, like you can be yourself with, because that's going to be what raises your frequency. And the higher you raise your frequency by doing what you love doing, by following the callings that just excite and ignite something in you for reasons that you don't even know until you do it, the more you do those things, the higher your energy and frequency rises. And the higher your energy and frequency rises, the more and more aligned you are with higher timelines. And by higher, it's not a better, it's a higher frequency, it's a higher energy. There's more enjoyment, there's more fulfillment, there's more satisfaction, there's more ease and joy and bliss and love and light and all the good things, right? Instead of the lower density realities and identities that we will keep ourselves stuck in, because that's the frequency that certain circumstances and people are in. So when we raise our frequency, only what is a vibrational match for that frequency can be there with us. So this is where a lot of people do the work and then fall back, because you start to feel better. You start to feel more empowered, more inspired. You start to have new visions and ideas and inspirations. But then the people in your life or the circumstances in your life are challenged by this, because they have to shift and change. But that's the magic of it, is that the more that you are you and the more that you do what you want to do and you be who you want to be, you get to live more and more limitlessly, because all of these things that are limiting you and keeping you stuck in versions of yourself, playing roles and performing and doing things that aren't you anymore, they just fall away unless you choose to fall back into the frequency and match them. And it's always your choice. You have free will. You get to choose. But that's the power of videos like this. And there's so many of them by so many fabulous people. But knowing and connecting to the cosmic codes within you, knowing what's going on in the field, gives you more clarity so that you can see what you need to see. But you don't need to force it. You don't need to fix anything. I'm here to inspire you to just see, because we need to be conscious and aware of what's working and what's not, and then focus on what is. Focus on the good. Focus on what, again, excites you, because that is the divine speaking to you. That is your higher self. Your higher self, the super conscious field, it speaks to you through frequency, through energy, through feeling and knowing in a way that just resonates as true, right? It's those things that we don't know why we want to do them, but we want to do it. It's those things that we just hear and it hits and it feels like truth, but we don't know why. And that not knowing is when we can get into trouble, because then our logical minds, our self-conscious, wants to figure it out. And then once our logical mind gets involved, then our limitations start to come in. And then our unconscious is doing the work to protect us from the things that have happened in the past. But the more that you focus on following what feels right for you, on what you feel called to do, the things that you haven't done before, the things that are opening doors to new opportunities will just appear magically. But you have to allow yourself to follow through, which you started by clicking on this video. So I hope that this is resonating with you and giving you. My purpose in sharing all of this is not to anything that's coming up. I'm not telling you. I don't know the relationships or the things going on in your life. So anything that's coming up for you is meant to be triggered and activated, right? We can't actually trigger people, but we can activate in them and trigger in them things that are already there. So whatever you're seeing and feeling, know that it is coming from the divine, the quantum field, your superconscious mind. And it is coming to you to show you either where you aren't free or where you need to move to, what it's time to do. And again, when you see the places that aren't working for you, it's just accepting that and allowing that and trusting that the more that you follow what feels right for you, these things that aren't working will work themselves out. You know, maybe you'll feel called to do a course or to go on a trip or to meet up with a friend that then gives you some clarity, some information, some inspiration that helps and shift and pivot a different situation in your life. We never know, but when we keep trying to fix and problem solve the relationships that aren't working in our lives, all that we're doing is staying in that energy. If there's a problem in a relationship or in anything that we're trying to fix, then it has to exist. Whereas if you focus more on the good, then the other things will just magically work themselves out. Just trust me. Trust yourself if this is igniting you. Okay, now I know it's been a lot. But I feel called to also allow this Libra full moon eclipse energy to just channel through whatever else wants to come through right now to really help you ascend and expand your relationship to yourself. So you can just listen, or I encourage you to close your eyes if you can and just allow yourself to go inward. Either way, consciously breathing as I am about to lead you. So closing your eyes if you choose to, relaxing your shoulders, your jaw, your forehead. Just breathe. With every round of breath, starting to draw your breath deeper and deeper into your being, fully expanding into your belly, holding at the fullness, fully releasing on the exhale, holding at your emptiest. And just doing this for 3 full rounds, or as many as you choose to. As you breathe, just allowing yourself to be in your body, in your frequency, in your energy, noticing what you're feeling on all levels. What are you feeling right now physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically? Not seeking or searching, just observing anything that's here, knowing that it is all for you. There is no better time than now to love yourself, to choose yourself. No matter how much you've done this before or how little, now is the time to choose you fully, wholeheartedly, completely. You are the one you are looking for. You are the answer. You are the way. You are here to be a portal of divine magic that can only come through you. And it comes through you when you are here, present in the moment, tapped in, tuned in, turned on to your energy, to your frequency. And anything that is telling you that you are not safe, that you are not free, that you are not worthy of being who you are authentically, vulnerably, no matter what that means or looks like, is not true. And those beliefs, those stories, those ideas are limiting you, are stopping you from being free. So right now, just see what is being illuminated. What beliefs and stories, what relationships in your life are not serving, supporting, elevating you? Where in your life do you know that you are not free? And we say this not to bring you into a state of negativity, but to illuminate for you where you're holding yourself back. Because it is time for you, if you're hearing this, to free yourself. And you can take that however it resonates. You know what you need to do. All you need to do is trust and follow what calls to you, what excites you, what nourishes you, what expands you. We speak to you through frequency, through energy, through expansion, through elation, through curiosity, through joy. But the level to which you're allowing yourself to follow that, to feel worthy of that, is going to show you then what is going on in your reality. Your reality, your life is a mirror of your inner world. What you are focusing on is what is showing up around you. The version of you that you want to be in relationships, the version of you that you want to be in all areas of your life. It is up to you to be it. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. And it's time for you to be the divinely designed being that you're here to be, easily and effortlessly, authentically, sharing your light, your magic, your power, being the essence and the expression of the divinity that is craving, calling, waiting to just pour and beam through you. Yes, you, if you are hearing this, it is time for you to live aligned. You will know what you need to do. You will get through whatever the, as you call it, future brings. Every moment is an opportunity for you to choose you. And you choose you by being present, by doing what feels right for you. And that is how your life quantumly transforms into a limitless experience of bliss and abundance and all of the things that you want for your well-being. You are here to prosper in all ways, all day, every day. It's just that you now are being called to work on your relationship with you, with loving yourself more, with being intimate with yourself more, with being honest with yourself more. If you cannot be authentic and vulnerable with yourself, how can you be that with anyone else? And how can you expect anyone else to be that with you? Because if you are being a version of you that you think you need to be or you should be, then you will never feel the true, genuine connection, the validation, the love that you are seeking. But the truth is that you are all only seeking to see and love and feel and be validated by yourselves. That is the deepest wound. The deepest wound is when you, and it's a part of the human experience, when you chose to abandon yourself and what you know is true for you and why you are here, so that you can do and be and receive what you want and need to fit into this world. But now you are hearing this because you are ready to return, to remember how good it gets to be, to remember why you're here, to remember that you are free and that you are coded with everything that you need, all of the gifts, all of the wisdom, all of the power, the talent, the knowings that you need to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. You are here right now to remember. And the more that you fall in love with yourself, the more that you do what you feel called to know yourself intimately, authentically now, you don't need to go back into knowing yourself in the past. The past does not exist. Here and now is all that is, and it is an opportunity for you to love yourself and everyone else through being you. The highest form of self-love is your presence in the moment. It's feeling whatever is there to be felt. Feeling the sad feelings is just as powerful as the happy ones when you're choosing to be there, when you're allowing it, when you're feeling it. That's how you free what is no longer a vibrational match for you, by seeing it, by allowing it, by accepting it. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Just noticing again how you feel, noticing anything that's coming through for you. You are here to be in love with yourself. Because when you're in love with yourself, you can't not create and live a life that you love, which means that you love your relationships, the work that you do, the way you feed and move your body, the things that you consume. And that is what you are truly here for. This is your permission to love yourself more than ever before, right here and now. And then allow every moment to be another opportunity to love yourself, to know yourself, to be yourself. Consistently and constantly expanding and evolving as you ascend through this human experience that you have chosen to come on. Again, just noticing anything you're feeling. Bringing your awareness to your heart, feeling your heart beating. Noticing a light in the center of your heart. Feeling, seeing, sensing this light expand through your heart. And then seeing your heart as pure divine light, open and expanded. And then start to see and feel as you just fall into your heart. Just fall into the love, the light, the divinity that you are. Surrender, release, relax. It's time for you to enjoy the most important relationship you will ever have. This one with you, all parts of you. It is time for you to live in harmony with your divinity and your humanness. To enjoy this human experience while being the expression of the light and the magic that only you can be. You are free. Bringing your hands to your heart. Bringing your awareness to your breath. And just making a commitment to spending the next week seeing how deeply you can know and love yourself. Everything else will transform from there. You can blink your eyes open if they've closed. Thank you for going on that journey with me. Just do it. Just be it. Just be the divinity that you're here to be. Allow this current activation to be the ignition, the starting point to you stepping into the next level of your life, the one where you love yourself more than anything and anyone else. Because I promise you, everything in your life will get better the more you love yourself. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll be back with more. Please like this video if you received anything from it. I would love to know in the comments below anything that you heard, that you channeled through, because you are the channel. I am a channel, but I am just here activating and being a voice to whatever you needed to receive. So know that it was for you. And take what resonates as true. Take what inspires and ignites and excites you. And know that the illumination of anything that isn't working is only for you to be honest with yourself. And then see the areas in your life that it's just easy and effortless to be you. See what's different there. See those relationships where you don't feel like you have to prove anything. And maybe you don't have any of those. But this is an opportunity to be that for yourself. To be the best friend, the soulmate, the everything that you're looking for outside of yourself, because that's how then everything, all of your relationships in your life will transform. I promise it is all working in your favor. So just be free, be divine, stay aligned. I love you.